All right, so today let's talk about marketing plans for law firm owners. So maybe you're at a place where your law firm is actually open. Now, if you're anything like me, you toyed around with the idea of going out on your own, opening your own law firm for like 2 years, and you're finally at the place where you've made it happen. Your law firm is open, doors are open, you're ready for business. And now that you've done all the work to get your law firm open, how do you get clients? You've built this law firm, it's open, you've done kind of the business side of things to get the law firm open, but how do we get clients coming in? How do we get money in the door? How do we get your phone to ring? Where's all the people banging down your door to hire you, right? If that's what you're looking for, if you don't have that yet, not yet, then let's talk about your marketing plan. And if there's some of you who maybe you haven't opened your law firm yet, but you want to, you're planning to do so, that's a goal that you're working towards, I would say you're in luck because you have time on your side to do the work that we're going to talk about while you work on building to open your law firm so you can hit the ground running on day one when your law firm is open, okay? And so, but back to those of you who have opened your law firm, you've hung your shingle, and you need help getting clients in the door. And if you don't have, the clients and the files that you're working on, then that means you probably have some time. You have the time necessary to do the work to create your marketing plan and execute it. It's not enough to just create a marketing plan and then put it in a filing cabinet somewhere. We have to actually execute on it. That is key. So we're not only going to talk about a plan to get clients, this has to be a plan that you will actually follow through on. So it's not going to be some big, grandiose plan to do a million different things to get clients in the door, because you know what? You're probably not going to do it. I wouldn't do it if it's too much. It's overwhelming to have a really large plan and not even know where to start. So we're going to talk about small, actionable steps that you can do that will actually bring clients in the door for you. So to develop your marketing plan, we first have to take a step back, take off the lawyer hat that we've been wearing, and think of like our IC. An IC is your ideal client. Who is your ideal client? What is their demographic? What is their age? What is their family structure? Are they married? Do they have children? Where do they live? Where, what social media platforms are they using? Where are they online? And the biggest question is, where are they going when they have a legal problem that you can help with? So figuring out who your IC is, who your ideal client is, who are you talking to when you're building out your website and developing marketing materials, who are you speaking to, who are you trying to attract to actually come into your door, and we need to get you to be present wherever they're at when they have that problem and when they're looking for help that you can assist them with. So who are they talking to? So I want to give you examples from my firm and my practice. So my practice areas in my law firm are real estate, estate planning, and bankruptcy. And so let's talk about kind of who those clients are talking to when they have a problem. And for me, my real estate and my bankruptcy practice really overlap, because my niche practice area, my niche in those practice areas that we talked about in the last video is helping homeowners avoid foreclosure. So telling someone that I do real estate or telling someone that I do bankruptcy really isn't clear on who I can help. It doesn't help people self-identify as someone that would be a good fit for me that I can help them with. But when I tell people that I help homeowners avoid foreclosure, that is very, very clear on who my ideal client is, and for clients to self-qualify. Do they need help with the foreclosure or not? If they do, they're calling me to come help them avoid foreclosure. And so if you need help with your practice area and your niche, make sure you watch the last video. I'll share that below to help you develop that. But for that practice area, for me, it's real estate agents. A lot of times when homeowners are in financial distress with their home, they're calling their real estate agent, the person who sold them the home. Also, let's see, loan officers, mortgage lenders, bankers. A lot of times those are the people that someone is talking to if they're having issues with their home loan, getting behind on their mortgage. That's kind of where they're going first, at least as far as professionals. They may also be going to friends or family, or looking online, but when I'm trying to identify who is a good referral source for me. And it goes both ways. I send out far more referrals than I receive, but let me tell you, it pays over tenfold giving out referrals. And so I'm daily giving out referrals to other professionals. But those are kind of the professionals that I would identify in my practice of helping homeowners avoid foreclosure, of who I need to get to know, who I need to develop relationships with. Also, with my estate planning practice, it's, CPAs, it's financial planners, it's bankers, it's tax preparers. Those are the kind of people that my clients who need an estate plan are talking to and working with to be able to develop that referral source for me in my practice, for my estate planning practice at least. That's where my clients are going. That's who they're talking to about an estate plan, about getting their will done, getting a trust done, things like that. That's who I've identified in my practice as far as being a good source of who my potential client is talking to, who my IC is talking to. So let's go through the top 5. What I feel, I would say, okay, maybe not top 5, but we're going to go in order from 1 to 5 as far as the best sources for getting clients. So my top 1, the best source for getting new clients is referrals. Hands down, it's the best client source. You know why? Because they already trust you before they've even spoken with you, met with you, talked to your office, because there's already a vote for you from somebody else that they trust, right? So you already have that vote of confidence of, oh, you should call Darcel. She can help you avoid foreclosure. That IC doesn't even know me, but because their friend, because their lender, because their real estate agent gave that vote of confidence for me that I can help them avoid foreclosure, they're calling my office and they want to work with me. They've already decided when they've contacted me. When they're referred to you, they are a warm lead, not a cold lead. And so they're already wanting to work with you. They're not unsure. They're not Googling other attorneys. They're not trying to find an attorney. You're the one that was referred to them. You're the one that they want. This is why it is so important that you develop your referral network for your practice area, for your niche. And even better, not better, but the cherry on top is that this costs $0 in marketing dollars. You're not paying for ads. You're not paying for any kind of SEO. This was word of mouth from somebody else who knows, likes, and trusts you, who gave you their vote to somebody else that you can help them. Best referral, hands down. Okay? Number 2, and we're going in order here. The next one will be direct contact. So if you're just talking to someone and it comes up that you do something that they need help with, that's also a very good source for clients. For me, most commonly, it's like parents at my kids' schools, right? And so if I'm just talking to a parent and it's just small talk at my kids' basketball game or whatnot, oh, what do you do for work? And oh, I'm an attorney. This is what I do. And they're like, oh, I need a will, or I need, this, that, or the other. And so, that's a very good referral source. Not referral, but a very good source. I put that second to referral sources because it's one thing for you to sell yourself to somebody, but to have somebody else give that vote of confidence in you, I feel like that's even stronger. Aside from me telling you I can help you with your foreclosure, if your friend, if your lender, if your real estate agent, someone else that you actually trust is telling you to call me because I can help you, I feel like those are stronger client sources. The referral is much stronger than direct contact, in my opinion, in my experience. So that's my opinion on that. They're both great sources for clients. Getting in front of people and talking about what you do, who you are, and how you can help is great, but that referral is even stronger, I feel like. All right, let's get to number 3. Number 3 is your online presence, and specifically online reviews. So getting online reviews is you getting those votes from other people to raise the level of confidence your potential client or your ideal client would have. So GMB, which is Google My Business, and I am no tech expert at all. I'm not a SEO expert at all. I'm just sharing with you what I know that works. And so you immediately, if you have not already, you want to claim your GMB profile. That's the Google My Business profile. They'll verify you. When I did it, like 8 years ago when I opened my law firm, they would send you like a postcard, and like you claim your profile, they send you a postcard to the address you had listed for them to verify that you actually had an office at that address. I don't know if that's the same process they use now. It's been 8 years, so it's probably changed, but you want to claim that and start getting reviews as soon as possible. And so if you're just starting out, maybe you feel like you don't have a lot of clients to give you reviews. You know, besides clients, who else I ask for reviews from? People that I have consultations with. Even if they don't hire me, even if I'm not their attorney, I provided information of value to them. I helped them during that half-hour consultation. So you're damn right I'm going to ask you for a review after that consultation. And so not everyone wants to do it, and especially depending on your practice area, it may be a practice area where they, don't want to say, oh, I talked to, this attorney about my criminal law issue or my divorce issue, right? And you can tell them, you don't have to say anything about, the nature of our conversation or the scope of what my representation, but if you were happy with the service I provided, if I provided, valuable information to you, I'd really appreciate it. And if you ask them that directly, I have a kind of a canned email that I use, but I do personalize it so it's coming actually from me, because I found that when I had my staff ask for reviews, we would get some, but when I asked a client for the reviews, I just had a higher number of clients who were actually going to do it. Especially when I tell them, I've told, clients like, it's really my goal this year to increase the reviews. If you were happy with the service I provide, I really appreciate it if you would take a few moments to leave a review, and then you give them the link to do so. Don't make them Google you and look you up. You need to have the link in that email or in that text that you send them to directly leave the review on Google. So do that if you have not done so. The Google My Business profile is free. There's no money that you have to pay to claim that. Make sure you fill it out. Make sure you have your photos on there, your office hours, your phone number, your website, all that information when you fill out your Google My Business profile. There's some other online profiles as well. Avo is one. I kind of give Avo 2 thumbs down when it comes to the quality of people who contact my office from Avo, in my experience and in that experience of many other attorneys I've spoken to as well. So claim your Avo profile, maybe get a handful of reviews there. You want most of your reviews going to your Google My Business. So not Avo first, Google My Business first. You need to claim that and get reviews there, because that's where you're going to come up in the map results when people are searching for, a family law attorney, in whatever city they're in. That's going to come up first. But then turn your efforts to Avo, fill out your profile, put your picture up, maybe get a couple reviews. Don't spend a lot of time there, because in my experience and my practice areas, the calls that come in from Avo are not great quality. Maybe other practice areas have different experiences. Maybe like personal injury or something else might have a different experience. For me, that's my experience. I would not spend any money on an Avo ads or upgraded profiles. I would not do that. Do not spend your money on that. Again, this is my experience. If you've used Avo and you loved it and you got great clients, that's amazing for you. That has not been my experience, nor has it been experience of my friends and colleagues who have done that. So, and then there's also some other lawyer directories. So not a priority, but you may want to go online, find your, lawyer directories and fill out your information, claim the profiles, put up your picture, but don't spend a lot of time there. It's not really worth a whole lot of effort aside from claiming that profile. All right, next, I feel like 3 and 4 is kind of a toss-up. I did put 3 with the online profiles, before this next one, but it could go the other way actually. So we're kind of going to call 3 and 4 a tie. So what's 4? 4 is content audience. And what do I mean by a content audience? I mean you putting content out to the world. So this could be YouTube videos, this could be a blog on your website, it could be you writing for a local blog, it could be you writing, a newsletter, creating an email list, because you are positioning yourself as an authority on a certain topic. And so by putting yourself out as an authority, your audience will start to see you in that way for those specific issues that fall within your practice area. And so out of the options of videos or blogs or newsletters, I would suggest video. I would suggest YouTube. It does not have to be a big channel. It doesn't have to be a channel where you're trying to make money off of YouTube. It's just a way for you to put information out in front of your potential audience. So I would say maybe 3-ish, 4-ish years ago. Yeah, 2019, so end of 19, early 20, I was talking to my website guy and I was like, I want to put some videos on my website, just answering some FAQs, things like that. And I just wanted to have it on my website. I had no intention of making a YouTube page for my law firm. And he told me, he was like, well, if we just house those videos on your website, it's going to slow down your website. So you really should house them on YouTube, and then we'll just include the thumbnails of them on your webpage, your website, so it doesn't slow down your website. And I was like, I don't want a YouTube page. It's not my intention. Kind of some back and forth. I decided, okay, let me just go ahead and do it. So I started just making some short videos, answering FAQs, explaining my practice areas, and putting those on the YouTube channel for the firm. It's not on this channel, it's my law firm's YouTube channel. And then sharing those thumbnails on my website. Can I tell you, and let me back up, my setup, you can use your iPhone. You don't need anything fancy. You don't need to spend any money on any kind of equipment for this. So please, you don't need to. I've posted, 50 or 60 videos on my law firm's website, and I have gotten so much business from that. And I think it's because people kind of get to know me before they've ever even met me, before they've even called my law firm. They've heard my voice, they've kind of, seen how I communicate. I'm not going to be for everyone. I'm not going to, not everyone's going to like what they see on video, and that's fine. But for a lot of clients, they appreciate the information before they even contact the office. And I think the more information, the more content you can put out to your potential client before they even contacted you helps again to just build your authority on that practice area, on that niche, whatever they may be. And it's so funny because, people will call and they'll be like, or when we actually meet in person, like at my office with the client, they're like, I watched you on YouTube, like that's actually you. And I'm like, yeah, but I'm just me. I'm not, I'm not anything, special or anything. But so people actually get pretty excited about it, which is kind of funny. It's cute. And also, YouTube ranks very strong. Again, no SEO expert over here, but YouTube ranks very strongly on Google search results. So if somebody is searching, what's the difference between, a will or a revocable living trust? YouTube video results are coming up. And the competition is so small. I mean, yes, there's, millions of channels on YouTube. But you know how many lawyers in my area are answering, FAQs and explaining the law and practice areas on YouTube and on their websites in video form? Hardly any. I have such small competition in my area. And it's not about the number of subscribers or the number of video views. You don't need thousands of views. You don't need thousands of subscribers, right? You just need a handful of people who want to become your clients to make it worth it. You know, you don't have to spend money on the YouTube channel. Yes, it does cost some of your time, right? But if you sit down and batch your videos, and you don't have to have any kind of editing skills. I do very little editing. You know, I'll cut out a few ums and ahs maybe, and that's it. I don't have any graphics. I don't do all the special bells and whistles. All you need, you know, if I have a video that has 300 views, in the world of YouTube, that's like nothing. But if I get 5 new clients from that video, oh, it was worth it. It was very much so worth it. Let me tell you, for you, it's worth it also. So keep that in mind. We're not doing this, at least in this, how I'm explaining it, you're not doing it because you're trying to become a YouTube star. That's not the goal. The goal is to get content in front of your potential audience, to get them to know, like, and trust you, and to want to hire you for their issue. So creating content, putting it out. If you don't want to do video, you can do blogs, you can do a newsletter. I can tell you, people, you know, for me, like, I hate the sound of my own voice. I can't stand to watch my own videos back. But the value I'm providing to my potential audience is not in my voice. It's in what I'm saying and the information that I'm sharing, the knowledge that I'm giving to my potential audience. That's the value for them. That's what makes them know, like, and trust me and want to hire me as their attorney. So, and then the last one is marketing and ads. If you're just starting out, if you're in your first year, or if you haven't even opened your law firm yet, please do not spend a bunch of money on a fancy website. Please do not spend money on a bunch of SEO and marketing expenses. Please don't. When I opened my law firm, I did a DIY website, again, not techie here, on Squarespace. There's a few other platforms you can do so, but I like Squarespace. It's really like kind of drag and drop and just, you know, fill it out. I maybe had 4 or 5 pages on the website, nothing fancy, but, you know, it worked. It looks good. I think Squarespace looks really good. I think it's like $150 a year. You'll need to go to GoDaddy first and, you know, get your website and your domain and your email set up, and then just do your website yourself on Squarespace. Don't spend a bunch of money when you don't have the money coming in to do so. Okay, I didn't spend money on my website until, I would say, it was about 2 years going out on my own before I actually had a full, like, professional website for my law firm. I use FindLaw. I like FindLaw. I've been with them, I would say, gosh, 6 years now. At my old firm, we used FindLaw, and they have different sides. You can spend $600 a month, you can spend $5,000 a month, right? Depending on your practice areas and your firm size and things like that. So you don't need to spend a whole lot of money, but when you are first starting out, do not get a FindLaw web. I love FindLaw. But it's an added expense. And when I first started out, I was very scrappy and very nominal cost, and I would recommend the same for you. And when I'm coaching my clients, I recommend the same for them. Until we have that consistent income stream coming in, we should not be spending a lot of money on the website and on marketing. Just my opinion. I think when you're just starting out, you have time on your hands, so use your time to put out content, to develop your network, to develop referral relationships. Get out there and tell people what it is that you do and how you can help. I think that's a better use of your resources. Use the time that you have. Don't use the money that you don't have, okay? All right, so the bottom line, I think all that being said, is you need to be clear on who your IC is, who is your ideal client, who are you talking to, who are you creating content for, who are you looking for to hire your firm. That's first off. Then we're gonna work on your referral network, your online profiles, telling people what you do, creating the content, and then marketing will come last. But again, spending money on that is not what we're gonna do when we're first starting out. I share, I have a free guide that kind of goes over how I run my law firm on my schedule. I guess you would say I'm on a part-time schedule with my law firm. I'm at about 25 to 30 hours a week with my law firm. I have a lot of systems and processes in place that makes that happen. So my free guide is below for you to get that if you're looking to structure your law firm in a similar way. And if you're looking to open a law firm, or you're just kind of early starting out and you kind of need some help laying that foundation, my 8-week program to do so, to get your law firm open in 8 weeks, kicks off in about 2 weeks from when this video is being posted. So make sure you sign up for that. I'll have that information below on how to learn more about that. And that wraps us up for now. So I hope this was helpful, and I'll see you in the next one.